Hey y'all. So I was going through some old papers the other day and I found a newspaper article that my grandma kept. And it was written January 25th, 1978 by Robert Morris. And it's not too long, so I'm just going to read it to you real quick. And it says, "Snow can't discourage the King family. The three children were giggling as they scrambled onto the bed of the green International pickup to unload the groceries. Their mother, Alva King, held up an 8-pack of soft drinks and laughed. 'I'm a popaholic,' she said." The truck was hopelessly stuck in the rutted snow. Mrs. King's husband, George, was fastening a chain around a fence post to try to winch a tree out of the narrow road that winds up the hill and ends in front of their small home atop a ridge near Klein Hollow. The problem was minor compared to the past 3 days, which could easily have been tragic for the King family. Instead, at midnight, the headlights of a State Department of Highways grader signaled the end of a 3-day siege. There was reason for laughter Tuesday morning. "My wife said the grader looked better than Santa Claus," King said. The family of 7, the parents, their 4 children, and Mrs. King's 16-year-old sister, Linda Harbin, spent 3 days snowbound in the company of 4 dogs, 3 cats, and a goat, making do with the scarce supplies of food on hand. The 3 youngest children, Ginger, Tina, and Timmy, are epileptic, and the 4th was ill with the flu. "Thank God we had enough medicine," said Mrs. King. It was a harsh indoctrination for the recent transplants from the city, but not one that has discouraged them from making a go of it in their isolated retreat, which King has started to rebuild himself. "I can laugh about it now, but I didn't yesterday," said Mrs. King. "This is the country, and it's really hard for us, but we're learning. It's brought the family closer together. Before, it just seemed the kids took each other for granted." The recent snow only compounded problems for the King family, which must scrape by because of the coal strike. King is a miner, currently without a source of income. Neighbors supplied the money for groceries Tuesday in return for King's offer to pick up food for them. But bolstered by the experience of the past 3 days, Mrs. King is rapidly learning to cope. She made bread during that time to feed the family and has learned from a neighbor how to churn butter and milk a cow, which I actually had the privilege of getting to talk to that woman too. And when I talked to her, she was, 104, couldn't hear a thing, but she was so cool. I've experienced a lot of things that other people haven't. She said, "I'm learning. King too is undaunted. I tell you, it's rough, but I like it. It's mine. I was a city boy all my life, but I wouldn't trade this for anything," he said. Later, as the children watched The Little Rascals on television, King stood in the kitchen with his wife and talked about the cabinet making and paneling he has done, even though, quote, I don't know anything about carpentry." Dogs and cats scurried in and out. The goat nuzzled Mrs. King and knocked a cup of coffee out of her hand. "My husband wants to put a sign outside that says animal shelter," Mrs. King laughed. Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's just a short little article, but I thought it was cool. Let's see. I don't know if you can make it out very well. It's pretty old. Yeah, that's my grandma. That's the one I'm always talking about. Yeah. That's how we live. That's how we do things around here. Anyway. Thanks for listening.